Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So good to see you again. Today we're going to make a cute little whimsical fairy garden, and we're going to use this 11 by 14 picture frame from Dollar Tree as the base of the fairy garden. So I'm only going to remove the plastic and then that's it. I'm going to leave everything else in the frame. I am going to take this Waverly chalk paint in truffle, as well as this Waverly acrylic paint in hazelnut, and I am going to paint the edges of the frame. I'm sorry if you hear squeaking, that's one of my dogs with his toys. So I'm shaking up the paint really well, and first I'm going to go in with truffle along the edges, and I chose the gold frame. Dollar Tree also had it in black because if a little of the gold peeked out, I think that would just add to the patina, and I took a little of the hazelnut and just highlighted around. So I'm going to take one of these pails, and you break the handle off just by bending it back. Be careful because it could be sharp where you break it off, so you can sand that down. And this next part is completely optional. I'm going to use this nail polish remover from Dollar Tree and remove the lettering on the galvanized tin. You shouldn't be able to see it, but just in case, I removed it anyway. And now I'm going to use 50,000 of these wooden incense holders, and I'm going to glue them around the galvanized tub. And I'm alternating where the curved part of the incense holder is. So first it's at the top, then it's at the bottom. And I'm also going to use some of these faux moss stones from the Dollar Tree as well. The look I'm trying to achieve here is like an old tree that you would find in the forest, kind of like an enchanted forest tree stump kind of look. And that's why I chose this tin, because it was wider at the bottom and got more narrow. So that's why I'm using it upside down. And I think it was the perfect thing for me to use for this project. So I'm just going to continue to go around and hot glue the incense holders all the way around. Now I'm going to take some of this reindeer moss, and I'm going to use this to fill in the gaps around the tree where you can still see the galvanized metal. And I do want to cut it up. The last project I did with this moss didn't turn out the way that I wanted to because the strands were so long. So I think it'd be easier to adhere it to the tree in if it's in smaller sections, I guess. So in all the little spots like this one, that's where I want to hot glue the moss. And I think it's just going to add to the look of the tree, that old enchanted foresty type of look. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. It's so amazing to have you here. I hope you're enjoying this project so far. Please stick around to see the end look, the final results of this. Also, please take the time to look around my channel at my other videos, and if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more of my future DIYs. As always, I want to thank my subscribers who've been hanging out with me since the beginning. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. So this is what I have so far. This is what it looks like. And now I got this fairy door wind chime set from the Dollar Tree, but I'm just going to use the door, and that's where the door is going to go, right there. And Guys, I have paints. I have a lot of paints, but I don't have like the little brushes necessary to paint this door the way I guess it should be painted. All I have are these markers, and some are wet erase markers, some are dry erase markers. And for the window, I used a highlighter marker, which is my favorite. Can't talk today, because it made it look like there were actually lights on inside the door. So I'm just using the markers to color the door. That's a purple marker. It doesn't even really look purple anymore, but I think the end result on the door still looks good. Excuse my nails, guys. I was out running errands all day. So I'm going to take these moss sheets and I'm going to cover the top of the frame. I've already cut 2 of the 3 moss sheets down to size, and this is the 4th one, and I'm just going to cut enough to cover this little area that's left right here. And I am going to hot glue it in place so it doesn't move. And here's our cute little tree stump, and I decided to hot glue some of the reindeer moss to the bottom of the door. And I'm just going to attach the door to the tree stump using some hot glue. I decided to use this last little, it was the last little moss stone left in the bag. So I just went ahead and used it, and then I put the remaining reindeer moss around the top of the door to give it a more weathered look, like it had been there a long time. Is it just me, or does the highlighter on the window make it look like there's a light on? So these black stones, I also got them from Dollar Tree, leftover from a project, and I'm just going to use them to build a pathway from the door to the edge of the frame. It was just enough of them left to do that. And now I'm going to use these blue pebbles, also from Dollar Tree, to create a border for this little pathway. And these stones, these pebbles, do come in a few different colors. I believe they also have them in glow in the dark. And now I'm going to take these blooms off this succulent pick from the Target dollar spot and place them around the door. And now I'm going to take some of the fairy garden items from Dollar Tree and just start placing them around, just deciding where I want everything to go. And I'm just moving things around to see where I like them. I would have liked to have been able to put a second little fairy house on this, but I couldn't with the design I kind of had in mind. So if you have a bigger frame, like a larger frame, you can of course fit more houses on it and more items on it. I did include the little gnomes from Dollar Tree as well, and I used the little turtle to cover up the little ball spot on the moss sheet. And here is the final result, guys. This is it sitting on my coffee table, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to put it on a frame, or an item like a frame, is to make it easy to move around. And there's my old enchanted tree stump. How do you guys think that turned out? I would have covered up that little hole, but I wasn't paying attention. So I took some of my little fairies and I placed them around. I also took some flowers off a lilac from Dollar Tree and placed that around too for a little more color. And I really like the way it turned out. This is my first fairy garden that I've ever made. And right now I'm in an apartment, so I don't have a patio or an outdoor area where I would prefer to actually do the fairy garden. So this is me bringing a little of the outdoors inside and bringing in a little whimsy. And I think it's adorable. I found this little wooden sign at the Target dollar spot and I thought it was just perfect. And so I just inserted it into the tree stump. And this is it by a little table by my entry door. And I think the colors in it are perfect. I believe the sign was just $1. So go to your local Target to see if you can find that sign. I think it's so cute. Anyway, I want to thank you guys again for joining me today. I want to thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your time. I hope to see you again in a future video. Sorry guys, I didn't get a lot of sleep, but I do hope to see you again in a future video. Please take a look around my channel. I'm relatively a new channel. I started in December making videos, so I'm still a new channel, but please go ahead and check out my videos. If it seems like something you're interested in, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you won't miss any of my future videos. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you have an awesome day. It's good to see you again. Take care, everybody. Bye.